A good person test with free glow stick. So would you consider yourselves being a good person?
No.
No. And so should we call 911 right now and get you arrested? Now, I mean, that's the idea, right? If you're that, you think you're bad, then we've got to get you arrested. You don't belong on the streets.
But I haven't done anything bad to get arrested.
But you haven't done anything bad against, so then you would think you were a good person, really.
No.
Not in spirit.
You what?
Not in myself, but not done anything physically bad. I haven't stolen.
So you haven't, so you've got 9 commandments said not to tell a lie. You've never told a lie. A half-truth, a fib, a white lie. Never done that.
I don't think you can go to jail for telling a lie.
Excuse me?
I don't think you can go to jail for telling a lie.
Absolutely. Well, yes, you would. If you were on a judge and a stand, you swore your hand to tell the truth in a court of law, they would hold you and then they would send you to jail. That would be breaking the law.
Exactly.
You were there.
But not every lie is
Not if you lied up, you're absolutely right. Until the day you get caught, that'll be the day you die. That's the whole problem with that. People think I can keep on lying and no one's going to say anything about it. How about the 8th commandment? It says you're not to steal. Don't take anything that doesn't belong to you regardless of its value. Look at the face she's making already, see? A paper clip, a pen, a candy bar. You ever take anything that's not yours? You said, of course. See, how about that? Look at the attitude. The fact that you take something that's not yours, you know what they call those people? What do they call to take things that don't belong to them?
thieves.
Great, very good. See, why would you be called a thief then?
Stealer.
No, you know, no. That, you see, the problem with that is, that's too generic. The specific thing is if you take something that doesn't belong to you, you'd be called that's in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Steelers, it's a football team. Thief, yeah, you call it what it is, right. Someone takes something that's not theirs, you would be called a thief. Third commandment says not to commit blasphemy. If you take a holy God's name and use like a 4-letter filth word, have you ever done that? You're smiling already. Because of course, listed all of your portions, like what's the big deal? Well, here's the problem with that. When you're swearing, in the Bible, it's very clear. It says God, not me, God will not hold that person guiltless who takes his name in vain. Think about it. You swear one time, you're in big trouble.
Is this saying...
Then you're in a lot of trouble. At least you're being honest. Yeah, that's what most people are like. Their culture is like almost every other word is like, why? What did he do for you? Hold on, what did he do to you? Think about it. Why does our culture want to use the God's name? But watch, we got a lot of atheists. They don't even believe in God, but they use his name as a swear word. Why not Saddam Hussein or Adolf Hitler? Why not use that name as a swear word? Now, we're pretty mean guys. No, they use a holy God, one that's given through life, like in your case, that's how you got born. And then when you get old, you get married, you have children, and you swear at him, using his name as a curse word. That's why he's all upset about it. Now, is this lady related to you? Anybody here? No, let's make that up. If this was your sister, and I use her name as a swear word in front of you every time, how would you like it? How would you like if I did that? How would you like it if I did that? How would you like it if I did that? Will you let me finish? Go with your own crowd. How would you like that if I did that?
Was a Christian holiday.
So it wouldn't bother you if I used your sister, your own flesh and blood, and use her name as a swear word? How about your mother? How about your mother? Would you like that? I hope you like your mom. Other guys don't even like their mom. How would you like that? If you did use your mother, would you like that? Of course not, right? So here's the problem with that, my friend.
Was a Christian holiday. Did you guys
There's one more to go, and then we're done. How old are you, by the way?
Was a Christian holiday.
16? I'm almost there.
Hold on, wait. Mardi Gras.
The 7th commandment says you're not to commit adultery. But Jesus said if you just look at another person and you lust after them, you've already committed adultery with them in your heart.
What about homosexuality?
Mardi Gras.
Let me try that again. Ready? He said if you look at another person, it doesn't matter if it's a man looking at a woman looking at a man, a woman looking at a woman, a man looking, get it? If you're looking at another person, then you've already committed adultery with them in your heart. So if you have 2 men or 2 women or a man and a woman, and they're first of all about sex out of marriage completely, never just looking, God said that's a sin, the same as you committing adultery. No difference. He knows our hearts.
But like guys can marry guys and girls can marry girls. Stuff like that. Like,
no, it doesn't say guys. It doesn't say that in the Bible.
That's not adultery.
Excuse me?
That's not adultery.
I didn't say it was adultery. It's just an abomination. God said that's an abomination. Why? Because they can't procreate. How about that? We've been put on the earth to think, but they can't procreate. Can they? We were put here to do that. I don't want to discuss that because that's silly. What we're talking about is people who lie, who steal, who swear. So I don't care if you're a homosexual or heterosexual, it doesn't matter. You're under the same guy. And you want to live that lifestyle, well, go right ahead. But if you lie, and you steal, and you swear, you're in big trouble.
I don't believe in hateful God.
Okay, alrighty. Now she's broken the second of the 10 Commandments. You know what the second of the 10 Commandments is? The second commandment says we're not to have any idols, not to have any images. And what mankind has done, like you created God in your mind, one that you like. So whatever you do is okay with that God. And I get that a lot from people. Well, I don't believe in a God who would do that. Well, that's a figment of your own imagination. You're right, your God wouldn't punish anybody. You know why? He doesn't have the power. Think about it, it's just a figment of your imagination. But the righteous God, the just God, the holy God, he must punish liars, thieves, for. Oh, now we got it doesn't exist. Really? Then why are you swearing using his name if you don't believe he exists? Think about how crazy that is.
There are millions of fictional characters. I can say their names.
Yes, but you don't use them in a swear word. You use his name. That's what people always tell me. They curse using a God that they don't believe in.
I say Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was just a person. Jesus Christ was not the Son of God.
Yes, he was the Son of God. The Bible tells us that, and that's the challenge you have to look at. Think about that for a second. They have factual proof that Jesus was born of a virgin. He lived a perfect life. He died. He was brutally beaten, crucified, and on the third day he rose again.
Well, they
And
have
if none of that was
factual
true,
proof that she was a virgin.
if none of that was true, those men who followed him would not have died for a lie. Because that's what happened. All the apostles were brutally murdered because they would not stop talking about the story.
How did they know that Mary was the Lord?
Oh, here we go. I wasn't there. Were you? Okay, so we got two choices. How's that?
Yeah.
We can go your way and say, well, God doesn't exist, which means what? I'll do whatever I want. So lie in, be happy until you wind up in hell. How's that? See, I can lie, I
God
can
doesn't
steal.
exist. Hell doesn't exist.
Right, it's possible. Let's say we go, and that's okay. So then why are you standing around here? Why don't we go rob that store? Let's get some cash and we have a great time.
Well,
Why
that
obey
doesn't
anybody's
sound
law?
like a good
Let's do what we want to do. We want to
The
pump
police
ourselves
will
up.
arrest you.
Now, what happens? Whoa, the police will arrest you. Why?
Because there's enforcement of laws.
They're enforcing the
that
law.
don't involve
There you
law.
go. So here's the challenge. If I'm right, 1 in a million, I'll go it your way, I'm right that there is a holy God, a just God, and a righteous God who gave us the 10 Commandments, and we break all those laws, the day we die, we're going to have to face him.
But it doesn't
That's when
exist.
it'll happen, and now you're really going to be in trouble, because where is he going to have to send you? A heaven or a hell?
Hell
If it
doesn't
exists.
exist.
If it exists.
And if it doesn't exist,
And if it doesn't
stupid.
exist, then there's no big deal. I just said that to you. If it doesn't exist, then there's no big deal. But then why would you want to live within the boundaries of man's laws if you don't believe in God's laws? Our laws have been founded on God's laws. The Bible is what they took when they came here to start the new republic. That's how they founded our Constitution. They didn't just make it up from some atheistic point of view, just no God.
What about
Come on.
Judaism? I'm pretty sure that many
All right,
believe
how
in
about we go to
Christianity.
Hinduism or Mormonism or Episcopalianism or Catholic?
Mormonism
How many do you want to discuss?
Judaism was first.
Judaism was
I mean
first.
paganism.
Oh, paganism and Judaism. Then what?
Christianity.
And what did Judaism get? What was the information they received for what you don't believe in? The guy's name was Moses.
Right.
God gave him 10 commandments.
Right.
Not true? They followed that for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Come on, be
But here's
real.
the thing. If the Jewish people are
Yeah.
God's children,
They're his
why
children,
would
but not
God
all of them.
kill them?
God didn't kill them.
God will send them to hell if they don't believe in Jesus Christ.
He'll send you to hell because you don't believe in Jesus and you ain't even Jewish.
I am
So he's not
Jewish.
picking on the Jews.
I am Jewish.
And you're a Jewish person?
Yes.
Now I know why. But you don't believe in God?
I don't believe in your
Then you're
God.
not Jewish.
No,
How's that?
no.
You can't believe in. You have
You
to
don't
believe in
believe
God.
in hell. In my temple, you don't believe in hell.
You don't believe in hell in a
No.
Jewish temple?
No.
You're kidding me. They didn't talk about that in the Jewish religion? That's what they would pass down? Okay. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. If that's how you were brought up, I hope God opened your eyes tonight.
No,
Look at the
because
realism
my
of
God
it.
would not send you to hell.
I just said that. That's your figment of your own imagination.
God,
That
it
my
was the
God will
that
not send him to
existed,
hell.
the God that existed before your fictional God.
That's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. I understand that. I just feel sorry for you.
My
but
God
think
came
about
first,
it.
your God came second. Who's right here?
God, He said, Jesus said, "You see me, you see the Father. The Father and I are one." There was no difference. God sent His Son Jesus to become a man to pay for the sins of the world. Because there's not one person who kept the commandments. Not one. They were all destined to go to hell. You understand that?
Sure.
Can you accept that?
No.
So just by doing all the rituals that you do with your temple
Right.
once a year, or all the other, the Hanukkah, that is meaningless. Because you're trying to work your way in and no one can. That's the whole point. If you hope you can understand, that's why we're out here. He sent His Son. Why would it even have happened? Why would He have to be brutally beaten? Why?
Wait, I have a question. So, what if the God, bear with me here, what if the God is really my God, and He has put Christianity, and you guys preaching this on the earth to be humorous, and you guys are the ones who are going to hell, and to test the faith of the real God, because obviously my God came first. What about that?
What's your question in that? I'm going to hell. Should I be going to hell because I'm talking about Jesus and you're not?
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying. So why would I go to hell when you said your loving God doesn't have hell? He wouldn't send anybody to hell. Aren't I part of anybody?
Well, you just said I was wrong. You just said
I'm saying you are wrong because Jesus is very clear about that. He said, "I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life.
Jesus
No
was
one
the Son of
comes to
God.
the Father but through me."
Jesus was the Son of God.
Again, it's your opinion. That's what you've been taught. It's sad.
And your opinion is
It's not
that
my
we're going to
opinion.
hell.
It's scriptural. God has opened my eyes to the truth. I used to be a different religion. And then one day He called me and opened my eyes. It was April 3rd,
You've spoken to God.
Yeah, I speak to God all the time. It's called prayer.
And He
You want to
responds.
try it. It's pretty interesting.
He
You pray to
responds.
God. He responds in the way He responds. I don't audibly hear Him,
Then what
but
proof do you
things
have that He
happen when I do pray. When you humble yourself and pray to a holy God, things happen. In
The
His
Bible was not
timing.
written
No,
by
you're not
God.
listening again, are
The
you?
Bible was not written by God.
Okay, look, it's fine. We're done. That was the point. I'm sorry to share that. If I gave you something to read, you wouldn't even read it. You wouldn't believe it was right in front of you. So, sorry.
Why is hell bad?
Excuse me?
Why is hell bad?
Why is hell? Okay, so let me ask you. You're only, what, 16?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to make this gross. Turn this thing off because we're wasting time. What about rape her?